teenager who vanished after work. The pharmacy closed, but he never made it home. Police began with simple questions. Who offered him a job? Who saw him leave? Who was the last adult to speak with him? One name kept crossing the timeline. John Wayne Gacy, a contractor, a neighbor, a man who looked ordinary. He shook hands in public. He volunteered at community events. He even wore a clown costume for parties. But detectives were not looking at the costume. They were looking at the contradictions. Gacy talked like a man in control. His answers sounded calm, almost rehearsed. His house looked normal too. A driveway, a porch light, a quiet street. Nothing warned anyone. Then investigators entered the home. The rooms looked ordinary, but the air felt wrong. Small details started to matter. Receipts, timelines, stories that did not match. Detectives watched him closer. They followed his movements. They checked every explanation. Then attention moved downward, to the basement, to the crawl space, to the darkness under the floor. The house was not just a house anymore. It was becoming evidence. And the nightmare beneath it was about to surface. The first search did not end the case. It made the house more important. Detectives left with questions and came back with pressure. Gacy stayed calm in public, but the calm looked thinner now. He talked to police, he gave explanations, then changed small details. Each answer created another problem. Detectives watched from parked cars. They followed him through the suburbs. They checked phone calls. They checked receipts. They checked every hour. The case was no longer about one moment. It was becoming a pattern. Then the house pulled them back. Something inside did not feel right. The basement became the focus. The crawl space became the question. Investigators needed permission to go deeper. A new warrant was prepared. This time they would not search like guests. They would search like a crime scene team. The door opened again. Flashlights cut through the hallway. Every room was photographed. Every object was handled carefully. Evidence bags began to fill. Then the search moved below, down the stairs, past the ordinary walls, toward the crawl space. Dust moved in the flashlight beams. Officers worked slowly. No one wanted to say it too soon, but everyone understood. This was bigger than one missing person. Outside, the neighborhood started to change. Reporters arrived. Cameras waited at the curb. Neighbors watched from windows. The normal house was gone. The mask was gone. Gacy's public life collapsed under the weight of the floorboards. And America was about to learn what had been hidden underneath. The search did not stop at the opening. It expanded, room by room, board by board, inch by inch. The crawl space became a crime scene. Investigators worked in silence. Evidence was marked. Bags were sealed. Notes were written. But the truth was heavier than paperwork. This was no longer one disappearance. It was a pattern of absence. Families had been waiting. Phones had gone unanswered. Bedrooms had stayed untouched. Questions had become years. Now the answers were coming from under a house. Detectives brought Gacy back in. The confidence was fading. The smile was gone. He was no longer controlling the room. The evidence was timelines connected, receipts connected, names connected. The ordinary contractor was disappearing. In his place, investigators saw something colder, a predator hidden in plain sight. Outside the house, the street filled with cameras. Inside the station, the case kept growing. Detectives knew the country would be horrified. Every detail mattered. Every mistake could weaken justice. So they documented everything: the house, the basement, the crawl space, the evidence, and the man who had lived above it all. By the end of the search, the question was no longer whether the house was hiding something. It was how many stories had been buried there.